Welcome to this short video. I say short, I'm going to try to keep it short. And what I want to cover is a little bit of a highlight and advice to not only three different companies that I know, slightly know, and have heard of, come across people that do have worked with them, and then generally a bit of advice that how you can use what I'm talking about to turn a bit of success or a lot of success into an incredible amount of and piggyback off the back of that. So I will let me just change this because I want to look at three different companies. Now the idea is I looked at, and I will bring up the screen here. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Yeah, here we are. So I looked at I put two different searches in to ChatGPT. One was best cold calling agency in the UK, and the other was, when we scroll down, best B2B outbound sales agency UK. Now, there are a lot of companies in here that are doing incredibly well. I'm not here to slate them. I'm not here to slate them whatsoever. They're each doing incredibly well. However, there are three companies that I know of that are doing not only on the same par of these companies, but in many ways exceptionally better, right? But despite that, they're not showing up in large language models like ChatGPT, Perplexity, so forth. And it's only little tweaks that they need to make that can turn that around, right? So, like I say, best cold calling agency UK and best B2B outbound sales agency. Now, the one that cropped up the most right at the top was the lead generation company, and they cropped up the top in both search terms. Now, this isn't what I'm saying that every company should do, because every company shouldn't whatsoever. But the lead generation company are kicking ass when it comes to SEO. And they are doing so because they've got great reviews, they've got an incredible backlink strategy. They've also got incredible blogging strategy where they put, and I'll show you here, they do a lot of listicles, comparisons, and so forth. So yes, they are a lead generation company, but they also work heavily on SEO and things like that. So if you look at this list here, this is a list of best cold calling agencies in the UK. They are the first. You look at the link there, lead generation company. But they are also the second, the third suggestions and so forth, right? Again, that is down to their SEO strategy. They will list who is doing what and so forth. So that works in their favour. Like I say, I'm not saying every company should do this, because they shouldn't. It's not an idea for everyone. But there are certain things that you can tweak and change that put you into the echelon that's going to get referenced within these LLMs through small tweaks. So, the three companies that I'm looking at, which I think, out of those two queries, drop my pen, out of those two queries should have shown up by far at the top, right? And it's not because the rest of them are doing crap. It's just because these are three of the best in the UK, I think, depending on what you're looking at and what angles you're looking at. So, Punch B2B, their website is probably the best out of all three that I'm going to cover. And I don't mean it's best overall. I mean it's best from certain angles that they need the slightest pivot to be referenced heavily, right? The website's easy to read, it's easy to follow. Look at the headlines, great. They've got kind of a code base on the design and so forth, which is good for the reader, but it's laid out in a way that large language models can understand. However, there's a couple of tweaks that they could have made, right? And I'll put this. I won't spoil the video with a long-winded approach to how they could fix it, but I will include a document below to show you and everyone else what sort of tweaks they can make. Again, another one is flowed. I always think of it as Floyd, but it's not. It's flowed. Their site is brilliant from a user perspective. It's easy to read. Got a load of awards there. It's just good, great design, to be honest. Let's get rid of that. Great design. You know exactly what they do. Straightforward. Yeah, brilliant. Got all there. Look at all that trust there. Brilliant. Those images aren't showing up LLMs, but again, I'll cover that in the document. They should be showing up straight away on LLMs. Another one is WAM, or We Have a Meeting. It's funny because this website is built by an AI model. You can tell straight away. Should be getting seen by an AI model, but depending on how they've prompted it, it isn't. Which is a shame because it's a great website. Simple. And I don't mean simple in a derogatory way. I mean simple of it's easy to read, it's easy to understand what they do. Figures there straight away, they catch your attention. However, you notice each of these straight away, none of them has an FAQ. Has a load of comments there, but these aren't getting picked up by ChatGPT and so forth. They've got an FAQ, so which is good, punch. But these two, there's not one for sight. Little tweaks like that, slight changes that pumps you right at the top. Now, what I'll do, I'll put a document in the comments, whether I put this on YouTube or on LinkedIn or both. I'll stick a document in the comments that kind of show you the small changes that you can make and why, despite being 3 of the best in the UK, from my perspective, are not showing up at the top when they should be. And like I say, they're not. It's not shitting on them in any way, because I've got a lot of respect for these 3 companies. I think they are 3 of the best in the UK. Small tweaks, implement them, and you'll be getting loads more leads. Yep, hope that helped. And like I say, I'll stick it in the comments. You can have a read. Thanks.